Today I will be talking about global warming.
My name is?
My name is Dan, and I will be talking about global warming today. My title is Save on Gas and Buy a Bus Pass. So, to start off, I would like to give you a little introduction. As of recent research that has been done, the world, the entire Earth, has gained 1.4 degrees in the past 200 years. This might not seem like a big change in temperature, but it is. It is melting our ice caps, and it is causing harm to all the ocean life and what is going on, as well as natural life with wildlife and whatnot, as bears and whatnot up in Alaska. So, today I'll talk about global warming, which is an increase in the Earth's average atmospheric temperature that causes corresponding changes in climate. This could be minute to us, where we don't really notice it, but at the lower levels of life, where we're not really thinking about on the day-to-day, such as coral and whatnot, it has huge and significant effects. So today I will be talking about three things. One, the problems. Two, what we can do to fix that. And three, if we all take part in trying to fix this a little bit at a time, we could see what could possibly happen in the future. So first, with the problems. As I mentioned earlier, our ice caps, our glaciers are melting. I'll just fix that. So our glaciers are melting. In Montana's Natural Glacier Park and whatnot, in 1810, we had 120 natural glaciers. Today, we're already down to 27. So we lost roughly 100 glaciers in the past 100 years. Next, to our coral reef, which I said, which is plentiful here on the island of Hawaii. We have, since the glacier ice caps are melting, it causes the ocean to rise in level, which makes the degrees change. This means with coral reef, a little minute change in temperature affects it extremely. We have lost 70% of the world's, according to National Geographic, we have lost 70% of the world's coral. So if we lose any more than that, we're looking at very minute amounts of coral left on the Earth. So we won't be able to enjoy this anymore if we do not make a significant change. Next, with climate change comes natural disasters. We have all taken part in a piece of this. As of this year and last year, Hawaii itself had 2 tsunamis. There have been earthquakes in Japan and in Chile. There have also been significant climate changes around the United States itself. Tornadoes happening in California, which is almost unheard of, and just many other worldwide events that are going on. Wildfires are getting out of control. It is just happening everywhere and all at once. If we could change this when you want to, don't you want your family to be able to live in a safe environment when they're growing up? What about your kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids? Everybody needs a place to live once they're older. And we need to make way for the future generations that are to come. I would like to talk about fighting the problem now. This is what all of us can do together while we're here and make a change on a day-to-day basis that will hopefully make the path better for future generations. First, we all need to change our carbon footprint. This is as easy as recycling on a day-to-day basis. Instead of throwing all your trash away, sort out the plastic bottles, the cans, the glass, and go and take it to a recycling. If you throw it in the trash, it's just making more waste, and it's just going to take more energy to get rid of all of that. Next, I'd like to talk about pollution. The pollution rate is out of control. When we started off with pollution, it was during the industrial era, which nobody really thought about it now. But when you go to the mainland, you can see places all over the place that are just pouring pollution into our atmosphere. And they're not thinking twice about it because they're just thinking about the end budget where they're making money. But the thing is, they're also cutting down trees to make way for these plants. You need to keep planting trees every day so that we could, for the trees that we're taking down, we're replacing, so we'll be able to keep our carbon footprint at an even keel. Next, we need to be able to go to natural energy. A lot of people don't realize how big of an issue this is. If you want to go to natural energy, that's as easy as water plants, solar plants, and windmills. If you want to do that, it will take a huge decrease in the amount of energy that we're spending day to day on natural fossil fuels. And then finally, something that everybody can work with is smart cars, driving. Everybody loves the big SUVs, the big trucks and whatnot, but it's not that great for our environment. Trust me, I am huge on getting the big SUV and the big truck because I love going off-roading. But if I was to trade in the SUV or the truck and got a smart car, I wouldn't be using as much gas as I would be in the other cars, which is huge. 2, I wouldn't be polluting as much. Another smart car you could go to is a hybrid. Hybrids are awesome cars to use. They use little gas, they run basically on solar power or energy, and it's a lot better economically for everybody, especially going through the economic crisis with gas being so expensive nowadays. Now I'd like to talk about our possible future if we all try to take a little piece out of the day and recycle, get a bit different car if you can, walk, get a bus pass, commute with a friend if you have to drive. So our polar bears will have somewhere to live. Our polar bears will be able to swim up in like Alaska, go from iceberg to iceberg, and not have to worry about traveling thousands of miles, hundreds of miles, to where they're getting so exhausted they just give up and die. Nobody wants that. Polar bears are huge because they're getting affected the most. When we lose icebergs and whatnot, they lose their habitat. They lose their life. They can't swim for multiple hundred miles and find food and rest. They need to have a place to raise a family, just like all of us do. Next, our coral reef. If we work on cutting our pollution down, we can build up our ice caps, and then the coral reef will slowly be able to come back to life. We already lost 70%. Can we afford to lose any more? Finally, I want to tell everybody what we can do to make a significant change in the global warming atmospheric temperature. Along with all the areas that I already covered, a main thing that we could do is go and talk to our senators, talk to the government, write letters to politicians, let them know that you're here for business. You know that this is a problem. They need to take action in it. They need to get up and make laws banning certain companies the right to just keep polluting. They need to limit that. They want to pollute. They need to come back and give a benefit to what they're doing. They need to invest in power, in natural resources, natural power. They can't just keep polluting without restrictions. They need to take action and buckle down on this so that everybody, our future generations, has somewhere to live. So our coral reef can come back. So the polar bear can swim and not worry about dying when he's trying to look for some food. So hopefully this inspires you guys to come out and take initiative. Go and get something done today. Recycle if that's what you need to do. Keep your carbon footprint really low. So hopefully you guys will take action and start recycling a little more, and that's the end of my